Good morning. It's July the 5th. We're looking at the lesson for day two. I just wanted to give a quick update as to how I've changed this portion of the web page. I took down the day one lesson. So if you were not able to log in yesterday or wanted to pick up where you left off with yesterday's lesson, you need to click here right underneath where it says your work for the day. And this will take you to an online Word document that has yesterday's lesson. And if you want to go back to yesterday's lesson here, all these links are still live. You can click on the YouTube video, but this is a lesson here that you need to go through for yesterday's content. And then yesterday's discussion is linked here. You will notice that yesterday, about halfway through the day, I created some release conditions, which means that in order to be able to move forward, you have to complete part of whatever is required for that lesson. And so yesterday's lesson required you to complete a discussion. And so in order for you to be able to access the information for day two or lesson two, you have to complete the work from yesterday. So for a quick second, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like if you did not complete a discussion from yesterday and you try to click on lesson two for today. You're going to get an error message. It means that you have not met the conditions required in order to open today's lesson. So what does it look like if you actually are able to connect to today's lesson? Well, I'm going to impersonate someone in our class who has completed discussion number one, and this is what it would look like for Alyssa, who has completed discussion number one. Everything looks exactly the same, except now when she clicks on lesson two, it actually takes you to where you need to go. And so this is today's lesson, the Smarter Goals content. There's a slide presentation here. There's a couple of YouTube videos. That second part looks at using technology to monitor your progress. And then assignment number one is going to be found at the bottom. I've also included a note here. If you do not complete assignment number one and submit it to the Dropbox, then you can't access lesson three. So you're going to continue to get these error messages until you're able to complete the previous day's work. I've included those notes here in pink as well. So just a reminder that if you click on lesson two and you can't access it, it's probably because you haven't completed discussion number one. Assignment number one needs to be completed in order for you to be able to access tomorrow's lesson, which is lesson three. Now, what I'm hoping to do is to post several days worth of work with these conditions attached. So in order to be able to get to lesson three, you have to finish what's on lesson two. In order to be able to get to lesson four, you have to finish what's in lesson three, and so on all the way down. If you meet the release conditions, you can move forward. If you don't, you're going to get error messages. Because of that, it will kind of guide you through in order what you need to complete. Now, what I see as my teacher account allows me to see is all the work that exists for you, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., all the way down. So over the next few days, I'm going to try and post as many of these lessons as I can with the release conditions such that you can move through at your own pace. I'm going to continue to post things like your quick introduction for the daily lesson in this space, and I'll also include an idea of a fitness break that you should complete on that day if you're able to. But if you want to move forward at a faster pace, if you click on content, then you'll be able to see whatever has been made available to you. And again, if you're a student who has not yet completed the content from lesson one, then you are going to have a severely limited number of lessons compared to someone who has completed all the work for the previous day. I'm going to post this video on the homepage probably right in here, and that will allow you to understand how I plan on moving forward with these release conditions. Again, making sure that you're able to finish uh, information and assignments and discussions from a previous lesson in order to be able to move forward. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. But day 2 is up and ready to go. I'm going to have day 3 ready to go probably later this afternoon.